Well, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening to all that have tuned in today. I am Mrs. Uniqueness. I am the co host of The Roy Anthony Show. And today I have another topic to talk about, and it's very interesting. But first, I want to reiterate on Tuesday's topic. Tuesday's topic was very interesting. It was, have you ever had a Ike and Tina situation? And if you had an Ike and Tina situation, were you the Ike or were you the Tina? Um, I got some very interesting responses. Ms. Moore, she tapped in on it. King Mo tapped in on it. Big Hank came in for a few minutes. And then my daughter, she came in and spoke about it in a child's point of view, whereas she was the child in the situation where she was the one to witness the abuse from either parent. And like I said, y'all, it was heated. It was interesting. It was an eye opener and it was motivational. And that's what it's all about, getting your story out, being able to speak on some things and tell it, and being able to heal from it, and hearing that you're not the only someone that goes through situations. There's other people out there in the world that's in worse situations than you are. So, be very mindful of that. Um, so today's topic is, as a child, have you been have you ever been in a situation where you've been hurt by a trusted family member or um, a family friend? I see I have someone named Slob Deuce TV in the background, in backstage. I see you. And stick around for a few minutes. I'm gonna introduce the topic and I will bring you in so we can hear from you, okay? So yeah, today's topic was about the childhood situations. Have anyone touched you? Have you been molested? Have you been abused by anyone? Um, and first, let's see what we got. The child molestation warning signs of sexual abuse in a child. They include using toys and inanimated objects in sexual inappropriate ways, trouble sleeping, nightmares, emotional neediness, withdrawn, reticent behavior, secretiveness, abrupt and drastic shifts in personality, mood swings, unexplained insecurities, regressing to a younger age mentally or physically, irrational fear of specific people and places, unexplained bursts of irritations, eating disorders, sudden knowledge of proper names or slang terms for body parts, and speaking about a new older friend, gifts or money from mysterious sources, cutting, burning, or other acts of self harm, bruises and redness around the mouth, genitals, soreness of the genitals, pregnancy, or STDs. And there are many other ones that you can look up and see so you can make sure that the children are not being abused, like warning signs. Like, question your kids and ask them, like, what's going on? How was your day? Has anybody touched you in the wrong way or whatnot? And I see I have DJ King Mo in the background. How you doing back there? I'm gonna bring you in just a short minute. Um, the young man that was back there, he's not back there anymore, so I guess he'll come back in. And so a little bit about Tuesday. The story that I read, it is a life story. It is a true story. And I know there are other John Does and Jane Does out there who have experienced the same or about the same type of situations. I see Miss Jeanette Moore back there, and I also see DJ Styles. I'll get to you guys very shortly. Um, What are the opportunities in your childhood that help you learn how to be more self-assured and empowered? For me, I have endured some painful childhood experiences, and I was exposed to some critical situations early on in my life as well. Um, I based my life on what I was exposed to. I began to see myself for who I really am rather than reliving the negativity that I experienced and was exposed to earlier on. So now I acknowledge my suffering and my heartaches, and I add meaning to my life as I take part in activities that are more important to me. And I go out and help others that are in need. I also help others beyond self interest to improve the future generation of girls and boys who are suffering and don't have a voice to speak on the things that they have endured in their life. So I'm gonna start off first by with who came in first, which was DJ King Mo. I don't know if you're ready or not. Are you ready? Okay. Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
I can't hear you, love.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
I still can't hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
You can't hear me?
I
I
can.
can't hear you though. Let me get you out and come back in. Okay, next I have DJ Styles. Are you ready? Do you want to come in and say a few things? Hold on just a second. Okay, Miss Saying, if you're watching, I need you to go on the first link. The first link was the YouTube link. The second link was to be on the show. And if you want to be in on the show, go to that link. Go to that link and then I'll see you backstage, okay?
Hello?
Say something so I can see if I can hear you more.
Hello?
Mm-mm.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Okay, you guys. So I have my other co-host, Big Hank, in the background. I get so excited when I see him because his energy is for real, for real. Hey,
Hey, hey, you, what's going on?
why I can't hear y'all?
You can't hear me? Wait a
Let's
minute.
see what's going on.
I ain't
Is it
know.
me?
I ain't
I
got
ain't
my
got.
mic. My
Okay,
mic.
I got you. I can hear you now.
Oh, your mic was on mute. How your mic
It,
on mute?
it wasn't on mute. It was the volume to hear y'all was down.
Oh, got you, got you. How you doing, Miss Uniqueness?
I am blessed. I am blessed and highly
Listen,
favored.
listen to me. I want to say that the last show that we was on, and I knew that you was gonna read your excerpt from the book. But I was in the process. We was doing some. We having funerals up at church, and I got to be in the meetings and all that stuff, so I couldn't be there. But I went back. I
Yeah,
went back. I went
I'm
back and listened to it. Man, you shouldn't have been messing with that nigga. I don't know what you was messing with that nigga for. That nigga there is, man, come on, man. You way better than that. Way better than that.
You know how you be young and dumb and you be with
Yeah,
somebody because a friend had a friend type thing. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
that's
But you
how
way
that.
better. You way better than that, man, and you deserve way better than that.
I appreciate that. I
For
appreciate it.
sure. For sure.
So
For
the
sure. What's the topic for the day? What we doing today?
so what we're doing today is, have you ever, as a child, have you ever been hurt by a trusted family member or a friend of the family? Which
Yeah.
it's on the molestation thing. Speak up and speak out. Your story could save somebody else's life, and it can bring these people to just, get some justice for those who didn't get a chance to tell their story or
Right.
to save a child. And there's a lot of that going on today with
Yeah.
the molestation in the family, the what goes on in the house stays in the house, and sweeping on the rug. Because we have younger mamas now. I was young,
Yeah,
but we got younger. The generations of mothers are getting younger. Grandmothers are 36.
yeah,
Top
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah,
It's not no
yeah.
OGs anymore. You know what I'm saying? The big
Right,
mamas and all of that. So
right.
yeah. So I decided to speak a little bit about that.
Well,
And so speak
that's
on it.
that's a cold topic. You know, I was involved in it at the age of I want 5, 6, and 7. You know, my babysitter used to put me on top of her. You know what I mean? And nigga, that messed me up for my whole life. I'm still messed up to this day. As a matter of fact, my wife older than me. I still cater to older women, and so it's still kind of in me. Now, have I forgiven that person and all that? Yeah, I've done all that. I've done all that. Have I got past it? Yes, I've gotten past it.
Mhm.
But you can't. That scar is still that scar. You know, and sometimes it still hurt, and every now and then I go through it a little bit. So, but I give it all to God, and that's the who got me through it, and that's who got me past it. That's who I laid it on. Yes, man.
Awesome. Who else came? Oh, DJ Kimo. So, DJ Kimo, I'll bring you in. Do your hellos and everything, and we can speak to the topic, which is, have you ever been hurt as a child?
Can y'all hear
Uh,
me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, King Mo?
Man,
Um,
I'm going down the highway eating a piece of chicken, changing gears. That's why my camera off. I'm just saying.
so, King Bo, the topic is, have you ever been hurt by a childhood in during your childhood, or it could be as an adult or whenever. Abuse is abuse. It ain't got no age limit on it. Um, have you ever been hurt by a trusted family member or a friend of the family?
Huh?
Sure I have.
Okay. That much water.
We'll talk about it.
Um, I'm just gonna say this. After it happened or whatnot, this is why I was reluctant on spending the night at anybody's house or ask my mama if don't let nobody spend out at the house if it one of those close family members or my cousins I grew up with. You know,
Okay.
going back thinking about it, I thought about it in the past, but I got past it. There have been times in my present, um, being grown, where I'm gonna see what this makes sense to y'all, but it may not. Big Hank, you might catch it. I can turn the camera on now. I ain't looking like a grease ball. Um, like here about 4 months ago, and I remember being asleep, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember the dream I was having. But you know how you sleeping, but you feel stuff in reality. But and me personally, when I woke up on my sleep and I was on somebody at home, I felt like somebody touched me while I was asleep. But I had experienced that when I was a kid. You know, different different feelings. I'm gonna put it that way. Ain't but one family member ever done me like that. Well, he wasn't even a family member, but he might have been part of the family. But I was a kid. But today, that's why I sympathize with people that whoever they've been through it or whatever. I'm not gonna go around and broadcast and talk about it because I mean, hey, I know better, and hey, try it now. I hope God got your place, the last destination ready, because it's gonna be a whole problem. But I mean, for anybody that has been through it or has been attempted, you know what I'm saying, or opportunity have brought to itself where you didn't know what to do. The best thing I would say is give it to God, and He will put barriers in the way for stuff not to happen. This is why I live now on this thing that came to my spirit. You are delayed to get delivered, and I live by that every day now. So whatever was going to happen, if God didn't touch you in the other direction, He done delayed you for you to be delivered from the situation.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you on that.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
understandable. I felt you.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. I got you. I understand. So
Yeah.
being I took my notes out. I be doing my homework now, y'all. He done got me into this stuff now. This homework. So being a child disadvantaged by the ability of an older member to impose a sexual desire, um, how different it is for a little girl or a little boy to oppose that the sexual act, obliged to participate in a sexual act. So that means not willing to participate and is forced to do it in fear, a threat, or a gift. So what do a child in a child mind, like what goes on when you think like you a kid, and you got this uncle, your favorite auntie, the one that your parents leave to babysit the kids and things like that. That be the one. Those the ones that are not married, the ones that are always off to themselves. They always want to play with the kids and they're of age. You see what I'm saying? Want to
But
sit them
see,
on your lap. That kind of
look at
stuff.
it. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. Back then is different from what it is now. Back then, a kid or a person would have been considered innocent. Today, they want to indulge in it. They want to do it.
So it's more
But
consensual now, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring up. I think he said not yet. DJ Styles is in the back, in the in the back.
Ooh, that
So
chicken was saucy.
when you're ready, let me know. Miss Moore is also in the back. Are you ready, Miss Moore?
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause I know how it is.
Hey, Miss Moore.
Hey,
How you doing?
what's
You
shaking?
pretty?
Hey, yeah,
What's up, Miss
girl, I'm
Moore?
getting ready. I'm finna get ready
What?
to go get on this plane.
Yeah.
What's happening?
What's
What
happening,
it
Miss
do?
Moore?
What it do?
I see you.
What's happening? What's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah. We see you.
How y'all
We
be
see.
today?
We see you got the streaks in, huh? You got the streaks up in there.
She got them
Y'all know
streaks.
I got a bad signal.
Yeah, you
It
got
ain't
them.
nothing
You
but the
got this.
devil.
Look like some
That's
gold
all it
streaks
is.
up in there. Look
Well, I'm
like
gonna
some
teach you
gold
when to say
streaks up
it.
in there.
So
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go on a trip.
All right.
yes,
I'm getting
finna
ready to go to
leave.
New York.
Okay. That's
She
what's
finna,
up.
she finna leave me, Lord.
Huh?
What I'm gonna do without you down here? I just don't know.
Oh,
I'm gonna
it's
text you.
it's fading in and out. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you fading in and out
Huh?
though.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's good.
Send her a
I hear
Back
message.
you.
in.
Send her a message. Let her know y'all hear her.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna take her out. She wanna go out and go back in. But yeah, you guys. Styles Styles said he's in the back, but he don't have anything for the topic. I told him he could just talk about, an advice or, anything that's going on. Other people I know you probably heard of somebody else that's been done like that or whatever. So, it's not always you. You
I,
probably speak on somebody else's behalf.
I wanted to speak on what King Mo was talking about when he said that he get God to delay you so you can get delivered from it, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
And what happened to me, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me. I was one of the best college receivers in the nation at one time. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to go first through the third round, but I was also messing with that cocaine. And at that time in 1986, it was two overdoses of of athletes coming out of coming out of college that OD'd on cocaine. And if I would have been able to get the money that I got, I probably would have been the third one. And so what God did was he delayed that. He stopped that. You dig what I'm saying? I ended up getting blackballed out the NFL. I couldn't even get in the NFL. So God stopped all that. Because if I would have got $1 million, I would have probably OD'd on cocaine like them niggas did when they got their $1 million. So
Uh-huh.
I just want to speak on that. And I know in my heart, you know, a lot of people say that probably was the worst thing that happened to me is that I didn't get drafted in the NFL. But no, at that particular time, it was the best thing that happened to me because I would have killed myself. You dig what I'm saying?
And you,
So I just want to speak on that, DJ King Mo. You exactly right, man. He will do that for you. You know, if you want to his, if you want to his, and he got something else for you to do, he'll stop anything that's gonna hinder you. You understand me now? You gonna have to go through your valley. You gonna have to go through your valley. You dig
Those
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But when you come up out of it, you're gonna be way better for it. So yes, sir, King Mo. I respect that, man, and I agree with you.
I mean, you
right.
look at it like on the daily life deals going on. From where you were then, even with the topic that's going on, from where you were then, we're gonna
Hmm.
say molestation or another topic we had on the show where you dealing with the Ike and Tina. In
Hmm.
those situations, where what was you able to do then? You know, what happened to you in the situation? You saw it, but you got removed. Had you been still standing there, you know, you could have got molested or you could have got stabbed or shot. Something could have happened to you, but you was removed out the situation.
Yes, sir.
So even if you look at today and you look at what's going on, like take for example me going down this highway, I ain't going with 65, but I look at how I plan my day. If I got a 6 o'clock appointment time, but I leave home in enough time to get there an hour before, and something happens, or I'm held up, and I at that moment I'm like, God, thank you for the delay, because I know you have delivered me. And if you go on the news later on, you're like, man, I was almost past that. Oh, I was almost heading to that. So
Yeah.
that's why I use that as a daily lifeline. You know, God keep me delayed, you know, for your will, but deliver me at your will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But anybody know anybody out there that's going through it, like Uniqueness said, you know, best thing you can do at this point, because if you try to stop them, you know, and all honestly, in today's world, if you try to stop them, they're gonna go against you and do it anyway. But do it when they come back to the root. I should have listened, but it's too late.
Yeah.
But that's true too.
Yeah.
That is true. Another thing is most people, you wouldn't even you wouldn't imagine the people that are suspect to doing it to your children. It could be like the pastors, it can be a teacher, an uncle, an aunt, another friend, even the own sibling. You know what I'm saying? Those cousins, and you had your cousins going over to your friend house. They stay in the night, and in our time, I'm only speaking about me. I only can say what I've experienced. If you got a whole bunch of cousins and we all stay in the night, the gangs end up being touchy and feeling like how I go get it, or mama and daddy, and stuff like that.
Lord, thank
That's
you,
where
Jesus.
it all starts.
Yeah.
I go
And when
get
you
it.
think about it, everybody that's playing this game are family. And so there you go, incest. That's
Hmm.
the beginning
I
of
play
that.
with the neighbor.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Me
Yeah.
and the neighbor played it. I was getting
The
it.
neighbor. But then you have those bigger cousins that take advantage of the little cousins and then be like, if you tell, I'm gonna whoop you, we gonna all jump you, stuff like that. So it's always that hush hush
I
situation. It's always be quiet,
ain't
I'm
lying.
gonna tell what you did. It's always blackmailing. And then there's these
Me
family
and the
members
neighbor played that
like,
game. I played with my
you
neighbors,
neighbors, huh?
and I was getting it.
You was getting it, huh? That answers a lot of questions. So anyway, it's like it be those older, I'll say some of the older perverted family members, they are the
Mm.
ones be trying to give you a money bribery and stuff like that. And like I said, I only can speak for myself. It be
Yeah.
those, and then it be those when your parents are not paying attention, it be them family friends. The family friends want to brush up against you when they walk down all this room over here, but you gonna brush by and and touch on me. This quick thing that they do nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a sad situation. It happens like that, and so yeah, I just thought this was a good topic to speak on because it's something that happened in the everyday thing. It's going on every day in
If
different
if you
households.
if if you can change what happened to you then, what would be different now?
I couldn't say I changed because what happened to me back then made me who I am now.
So
So
take
what
that
happened,
from
huh?
I was saying that if you could change it, and you said you wouldn't change anything. So the thing about it, moving forward today, knowing what you know today, and not reliving or revisiting on what happened then, how would you change somebody else's mind on the topic of what you've been through then without reliving it to help them today?
Speak on it. Don't sleep on it. Speak on it. Talk about it. Open up and tell somebody you trust. Not caring what the consequences are because they gonna try to say, well, I'm gonna hurt this family member, I'm gonna hurt you, or something like that. You're gonna have to step out on faith and speak out on it because if you don't, it's just gonna give him or her another opportunity to hurt somebody else. Your voice could save somebody else. You just speaking out could save somebody else to probably encourage the next person. Well, I went through this, let's talk about it. The more you speak out, the more people you could help and bring in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the back I have Slob Deuce. I'm going to pull you up and I will need you to tell us a little bit about you, okay? Hey, how you doing on today? Can you hear me?
Hello, what's up with you, man?
Unmute your mic, love. You're muted.
Unmute your mic. There you go.
Okay, how you doing, sir? How you doing?
Uh,
He muted again. I can hear you. We can hear you. How are you doing?
what's up? What's happening with you, Deuce TV?
Oh, okay. That answers a lot. Okay. So how you feeling today?
This volume down.
Can you turn your volume up a little bit? He said he's in Appalachian Mountains. He's in the mountain.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it.
It's back muted. Who else we got? Well,
Yeah.
while he's
But
getting his figured out.
until he come in, I'm gonna say something. I ain't gonna make a lot of sense. Y'all might not catch it. Some of those who feel where I'm coming from will catch it. If you saying if the topic is have you been molested or know somebody, whatever today's topic is, I'm gonna go that way with that. But in reality, when you think about it, you're getting done like that even while you're grown. Because think about this. Think about somebody on a job. Well, I ain't gonna give you no. It ain't gotta be a sexual favor. Well, I ain't gonna do this cause of this, or I ain't gonna do this cause of that. It's like everywhere you go. If you look at, and I'm trying to word this in a way where it won't get nobody in trouble. But look at an issue, something that was said
Mhm.
on the show.
Now you coming in and out now,
Yeah,
Mo.
you going in and out. Can't hear you.
So we're gonna try to get Mr. Deuce TV back in.
Back a
Can you
couple
hear?
weeks ago when Roy made a comment.
Uh-huh. You
But
just in and out.
look at the fact, you know, if you if you're trying to say
You
Going
in
in
and
and
out.
out.
It's
You
on.
going in and out, Mo.
You piecing in and out.
Can
I
y'all
can
hear
hear
me?
a look. You
Oh
coming in
Lord,
and
man. Hello?
out. Hold on, we're gonna put you. Can you back straight now?
I mean, if y'all can hear me, that's all that
I can
matters.
hear you now. I hear you now. I couldn't at first.
But the thing about it, if you look at it, your life get molested every day when someone else want to have control over it.
That
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
called, that's called manipulation, though. That ain't nothing but manipulation. You can miss
Right.
manipulation.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's
But
manipulation.
Mr. Deuce TV, can you hear us? You, say something so he said we can hear you now.
he must be a truck driver.
What's up? What's up, dudes?
He look like he's a truck driver. He's in the mountains.
Where he come from?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay, that's one of those artists. I think that's an artist.
Okay. So I
I think that's
can't.
one of the artists.
We can't hear you. I want to hear you. Can you say something else? See, it's not
Tell
working.
him, tell him put his number in the chat, inbox his number, and we'll put him on a Zoom and find out. I mean, and get his feedback.
Okay, so um, Mo, say that again.
Tell him to put his number in the chat.
He can
To
hear
where if
you.
you want to, oh,
He can hear
oh,
you. We just can't hear him.
You
Okay.
gone.
Okay, Miss Mo, you can unmute your mic for a minute so you can talk to us. We miss you already. You ain't gone yet.
What's up, Miss Moore?
Okay. What's shaking?
Good, man. I like them streaks in your hair.
Thank you. This is my New York look. This is what I'm look like in New York.
This your New York look?
This is my New York look.
I
I
heard.
ain't mad at you. I ain't mad
Show
at
you
you.
right. Show you right. Big shouts out to me on my birthday eve because my birthday is tomorrow. Woo woo.
Man,
Yes, happy birthday.
happy
Yes.
birthday, Mother Moore. Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. So the topic that y'all are on, that's a awesome topic. And it's kind of a painful topic,
It is.
because of the fact when it comes from an outsider, you look at it different. But when it comes from the inside, and it's your own family doing it, and then when they around other family members, they look at it like, they ain't done nothing, and and you looking because you're a child, and if you said this, if you say something, you know what your parents are gonna do. So, you either have to say something or do something.
Right.
So, I'm one of them doers. So, I can't tell mama, I can't tell daddy, but we was always going over there, stay all night. So when they come to stay all night, they he call it sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Good, you're walking to the right place. See, I've been scrapping all my life. I'm like that woman. All my life I had to fight.
Right.
And when they come back with the sleepwalking, I woke up the whole house because I
Yep.
wouldn't turn loose. And when I
Yeah.
wouldn't turn loose, everybody found out. Then the wife said, he's sleepwalking again. I don't care what kind of walking he doing, but right about now, turn loose. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, my little sister, them, they got scared. They run home and get mom and them. When mom and them got back, I still had me a grip.
Yes,
Right.
So,
sir.
sometimes, you just have to put the fear down and just back then I didn't know how to call on the Lord, but I knew what my dad had told us to use if a male came at us, which part to get him off us. And I said, Dad, I did what you told me, Daddy. And I did just that.
That's
It's a way to
right.
get him out for you. But at the same time, you have to be careful because of the fact it may come back at you, but when they come back second time, always keep a fork in your pocket. I'm one of them weapon toters. You come to my house, there's a weapon in every room. That candlestick look real good on the show. It do. It's a weapon. Yeah. So you got to keep yourself. That's when it comes to the point where you have to talk to your kids. I've had all boys, and I told my boys, hey, if they come at you the wrong way, come find mama. I'll handle it for you. Don't you worry about it. Come tell me. I'll take care of that. So, but at the same time, the kids of today, you look at the younger generation, so many of them have been abused and they didn't have nobody to talk to. They didn't know which way to go, who to tell. But I've learned on this journey, I said, Lord, whatever it is that I need to say to whoever, I don't care if it's a gangbanger, I ain't scared. I'm going up to them. I'm going to get in the middle of the circle. Y'all having conversation. Good. I need to have one with y'all right now. And I'm going to talk to them. It's one in that bunch you can reach and they'll feed back to the rest of them. It just take one. See, we got to be willing to step out, and I commend you for the topic of this conversation that you're having, because this will reach a lot of people and let them know there's somebody that will hear you. There's somebody willing to listen to you, not talk about you, and not look down on you because of what happened. Because a lot of them have went through this, but they didn't tell nobody. They didn't know who to tell because they were scared. They were threatened. And a lot of time we're threatened right now, because we done saw something. Now tell it. My daddy said tell it. And if he said tell it, it's told. Now what you gonna do? I know you told it, sure did. What you gonna do with it? See, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. But he said, if I be still, he'll fight my battle. So when he sent me out there on the war to go fight for somebody, I'm going. I ain't ask no question. I'll be back shortly, as soon as I take it this little bit. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
commend you. I'm grateful for this topic of conversation. I'm glad I got a chance to talk with you guys before I go get on American and fly. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna be flying.
I'm
That's
there,
what I'm be doing.
honey.
So y'all just know, we as adults, let us continue to pray. Let us continue to reach out to the younger people, even those that may not want to hear. They may be just hurting right then, but they'll break if you just keep at them. Say a little bit to them, leave them alone a few days. They'll come back on their own. I
And
say that because of the fact my sister-in-law, you know, she's going through something, and I talked to her and I prayed with her. I left it alone. The next week, guess what she called me? She said, "Can you pray with me?" Sure. See, sometimes we just have to give them just a little taste.
Yes,
That's just
sir.
like if I bake this cake, I'm gonna give you just a little piece. I ain't give you a whole cake. And maybe you can't get this whole cake. Give you a little piece because I coming. Get a
Yeah,
little piece. And so then they'll come back. It's just like an old stray cat. If you feed him, he'll come back to eat. So that's
yeah,
just like with people. If you give them a little bit to let them know you care, they'll come back and they'll develop a relationship and they'll be able to talk to you. It's like Pastor Franklin say all the time, we have to have a relationship with the Lord. We have to have a relationship with people as well. So, we just gonna keep going and we're gonna push out, we're gonna push and pray, and we're gonna trust God. And we're gonna see our way through this and we're gonna be able to reach somebody else because somebody need to hear this. So and
yeah.
I'm glad there's gonna be a replay and somebody can go back and hear this and they can reach out to anybody that's on this call to get the help that they need. So
right.
just know I love y'all
Love you
and
too.
Love you
I'm
too.
gonna finish packing. King Mo, what's your 20? Because I got to drop my truck.
I'm on my way to Atlanta, but call me when you get to Memphis. I got you
He
covered.
going to the he going to the
Call,
ATL and he
call
supposed to
me
get his
when
mama to the airport in the morning.
call.
Really?
I'll be back in
Now,
Memphis tonight. I got there.
y'all see
So
y'all
you
see
worry
what I
about
go through.
you worry about the
Y'all
wrong
see
thing,
what I
Shawty.
go through.
You worry about the wrong thing. All you gotta do is listen. You worry about the wrong thing. I got this.
This is what I go through. All my life, I've been through this with him. All my life.
You raised him. You raised him.
That's your seed right there.
You
Sure
raised
will.
him. You
Sure
raised
will.
him.
Sure will. But I'll skin his head like an onion. I'll
You
skin his
don't
head like an onion.
you
But
don't well enough.
all be what be safe out there, King Mo. And Big Hank, just know I love you. My
Love you
daughter,
too, mama.
mama love you. So
Love you
y'all
Enjoy,
keep safe. Y'all keep me in y'all prayers.
enjoy your
All right.
trip. Enjoy
All
your
right.
trip to New York.
All right.
All
See
right.
y'all. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, so now, I had put that up there because Shelly and Richard King said hello.
Yeah.
All right, and so now we like 39 minutes in. Okay, so today I have another part of my story that I will read out today. I hope it don't get too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is about molestation or abuse from a family member. So when I after I finish reading it, I would like you guys to comment, tell me what you think about it, and what advice would you give to other children that have experienced it and have not yet spoke out about it? And maybe we can start,
Right,
something
right.
where like a YouTube or something like that where we can reach out and help those or talk or either just to listen. We don't have to respond to them, just listen to their story. And we'll see how far that goes. Okay. He's out cold. Is now or never. I just can't take this anymore. I gotta put some gloves on and move as quickly and as quietly as I can. Shoot. He's not going to move. He sleeps with his wallet under his pillow. The only way I can get into it is if he moves. Dang. I have to wait till he rolls over in order to take all the bribery money from him. I'm just standing here looking at him with death and hatred in my eyes and fear in my heart. Why me? Who can I reach out to? Well, now is not the time. The only question that replays in my head is how much more am I going to take? Am I the only victim? The sun began to rise as the moon began to set. I knew it wouldn't be long before everyone would wake up, especially Grandma. So I left for my uncle's door to go find some school clothes and get dressed. I made up in my mind that the only way my uncle is going to stop hurting me is if I reach out and I talk to somebody. So I grabbed an old backpack and filled it with a few pair of underwear, a couple pair of pants, socks, shirts, the basics. Then I grabbed a big hoodie to cover up the bags under my eyes from the lack of sleep and tears that I often shed whenever he sneaks inside my room and climbs in my bed on top of me and doesn't care enough to stop even though he sees me crying as he continues to disrespect me as his niece and take something from me that I value so much.
Mm.
As I slipped my hoodie on, I heard a grunt come from inside my uncle's room. So I tipped down the hallway to the entrance of my uncle's room just to see how he repositioned himself here. And he did. His hip pivots as he repositioned his legs. He stood there frozen, hoping that if I moved, I stood there frozen, hoping that if I moved his pillow in an attempt to get his money, he wouldn't wake up. Just before I attempted to make a move, which seems like eternity has passed, with just 15 minutes. But he finally did his famous scratch and fart combo, smacked like he was eating raw peanut butter and rolled over. I knew then it was my chance. There it was, his wallet. I gently picked it up and opened it. Heck, I decided to take all of his money. No amount of money could repay me anyway. If he tried to tell grandma on me, that would be my chance to tell on him. I slowly backed out of his room. He coughed. It scared me so bad I almost tripped over the book bag I had sitting in the middle of the floor. But I caught myself just in time. Whew, close call. He's back snoring. I grabbed my bag and shoes and tiptoed to the laundry room door. It's the only door that doesn't make noise when it opens. The fresh air hit my face as a stream of tears rolled down my left cheek. How could fresh air that soothed me emotionally hurt so much? Every time, every every time I built up the nerve to talk to grandma, a gut feeling would always tell me not to. But I'm going to have to talk to someone before I go crazy. I get to school and I see a poster board that reminded all girls to report to the gym for a girls' assembly. I attended the assembly. I was surrounded by a lot of females who are or were dealing with the same demonic spirit. There was a young lady that I reached out to and she shared her experience with me. She was molested by her stepfather at the age of 13. Someone that her mother married, hoping that he would come in and take her children in and love them as his own. He was supposed to love her. He was supposed to protect her. He was supposed to be a father figure for her. But yet, he took something away from her that she feels in her heart could never be restored. In the back of my mind, I thought I was the only person that had gone through what I went through with. Like me, this young lady was getting raped while her mother slept in the next room. The stepfather told her that if she yelled or screamed or did anything to wake anybody, he would hurt her mother. So she didn't. She laid there and allowed him to do what he did to her. And after he finished, she would just lie in her bed and cry, not knowing what to do. The next day, she was supposed to go to school, but instead, she went to her grandmother's house and told her. And her grandmother went and told her mother, which in turn beat the hell out of her and asked her why she couldn't keep her damn mouth closed. And asked her how were they going to pay the bills now. After her mother said that to her, she felt like what he was doing to her was her fault. After the assembly, I stopped at the office and I filled out a slip to talk to the counselor. Now the journey begins. As I sat on the bench next to the door of the counselor's office, I drifted off in a daydream where I was the young lady's position, replaying her experience. Then my mind started racing, wondering where do I start because it's been going on for years. I have to talk to somebody, but what will I say? How will she respond? Then it dawned on me, what am I doing? What would happen to my grandma if I tell this secret that I've held on to for so long? Then the doorknob began to twist. The counselor opened the door for me and invited me in. I was lost for words. I thought to myself that I know I couldn't stay here, but I hope I could stay for at least a night. One night without being touched would be a relief. I guess I was still in the daze because when I came to, the counselor was tapping on my shoulder, asking me how could she assist me. The lady looked to be in her late 50s and she said to me, honey, I didn't mean to startle you, but you were in a daze. As I sat up, fixing the hood on my hoodie in an attempt to leave the office, she looked into my eyes with tears and said, I've been there before. I replied, ma'am. She then shared how she knows what it feels like to have someone ruin her happy place and enjoy molesting his own family and never tell a soul. Honestly, it didn't look like it. She said she got away from that and never looked back. She said it took years to even open up to tell anyone. She was afraid of who she would hurt and who would hurt her. She convinced me to open up and tell my grandmother. She asked where I was going with the bag, and I told her I was just tired. I was hoping I could just be at peace. My family never really cared for me. I was shut off from the rest of the family. She said it was a generational curse and I can be the one to end it. That's the end of that chapter, y'all.
Mm, mm, mm. Dang.
So starting with Big Hank, what you think about it?
Man, I'm so mad. I can't hardly speak because that's terrible what's going on. You know what I mean? That's horrible. That's horrific. And and I know that girls got it bad, man. I know girl. I'm gonna tell you what I did when I was because of what I went through at 5, 6, and 7. I, as a grown up, raising my kids, I made sure that I worked at night and my wife would work in the daytime. And so I would keep my kids so that nobody else have to keep them. So I sacrificed that way. And just so I could know that I was protecting them. And I knew there wasn't nobody gonna be over there touching them at night. So I did that for my kids until they was like 12, 10 and 12 years old. You know what I mean? So that's horrific, man. I can't. It's hard for me to fathom and put in my mind what you had to go through and what she had to go through. I know because you mentioned that a friend was there with you at the same time and y'all start talking about the same thing and both y'all, man, that's crazy to me, man. So
Miss
that's
Jen
horrific.
said she's ready to fight. Miss Moore said she's ready to fight. Hi, Miss Ransom, Miss Lala, how you doing, love?
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right, thank
What's
you
up?
for being in on today. The topic of the day was as a child, have you ever been hurt by a trusted family member
Hmm.
or a friend of the family? Did you hear me?
I'm gonna have to call you back. Now I'm at work.
Okay,
I
I can
just want
take you back
I
to the
caught
back.
part of it, but
They
I'm gonna
got a
call you in
special
about that.
going on at Willis Center. They got a buy one get one free bed.
We got Black Friday going on, so y'all come on, stop on through. Send them on their
Give
way.
them your location. Give them your location,
See,
man.
I
Clark
know
said,
y'all got the clearance store back there, back in the back wall, in the storage rooms. I'm gonna shop back there.
all right, I gotta go, y'all. I'm hollering at y'all.
All
Okay.
right, love.
Period.
But yeah, Mr. Mo, what you think about it?
I mean, it's like a lifetime situation type deal. It's like you bring a lifetime to reality. To
Mhm.
me, it's a sad situation. That's
It
what I will
is.
say.
So there's one question that lingers since we're finishing it up. How can you recover after the pain of molestation, misuse, and child abuse? How do you recover, or how did you overcome it?
You recover from things like that because the thing about it, the spirit that was laying there then isn't the spirit that you are carrying now. You know,
Mhm.
they attacked the body, but they didn't attack the spirit. Because at the end of the day, it goes back to what would you have done different? Because you have grown and you know now. So your body is a invention that our Father has made that constantly reproduces new cells. It constantly rebuilds itself from scars, cuts, and wounds. So if you wish to give your body away to someone else, it's not the same body that was taken from you when you were a kid.
But it's still mentally there. And like sometimes if you doing a sexual act with somebody, a certain thing that that person may do to you probably will trigger you to, react differently based on what had happened to you in the past. You don't completely forget, and the scars are still there. They're just covered with new skin, but they're still there.
Still got the score. I don't think you could do it completely on your own. Because if it was that easy, everybody would be getting over it. But you can't do it on your own. You gonna need some Jesus in your life. You understand
Right,
me?
a whole lot of Jesus.
You gonna need some Jesus in your life, man. And he gonna have to get you through it. He gonna have to wipe you off and clean you up and all that stuff. That's what he do. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta leave it. You gotta put it on him, though. So I don't think you could completely do it by yourself.
I would
Okay,
say, um,
go ahead.
I just lost my train of thought. Then you wasn't protected. Then you didn't feel like no one cared. But if he put you around or in the arms of people or in the arms of someone that where you know you safe, then I mean, if that making sense, if you know you safe and you know you ain't got no worries, then you shouldn't have to travel backwards.
Mhm. You're right. Miss Cassandra Gardner, which is my sister, said, I write music and my baby and I had to go to therapy. She was trying to get on the show today, but for some reason she couldn't get logged in. She really wanted to tell her story, so we'll have to do that. Be sure that she's able to tell her story on one of the shows. She has a
Yes,
very, very powerful story.
yes,
And she also said it is a must. You really do have to talk about it. You can't just be quiet.
yeah.
So that's very, very true. And I do thank you for still tuning in. Um, Mr. Richie said his cousin's house burnt in, lost everything. I am sorry to hear that. And if I can do anything to help, please let me know. That comes from Redneck. Let me see, did I miss anybody? Anybody's comment. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, that was everybody. So my closing thoughts about it is when you realize that you were being as an adult, and you as you grow older and you learn that what happened was wrong, and you go back to think about all the things that took place as a child, where then when you were a child you didn't recognize it as being any form of abuse, and as you get older you're like, oh yeah, I was being molested. I was being touched in the wrong way by these people. And then it hurt worse when you find out it was an uncle, it was a cousin, it was an auntie, it was friends. touching you in ways that you were rejecting and they still tried to do it. It was like a forced situation. It kind of takes you back to that childhood state where sometimes you got to have a whole lot of Jesus in you to go back and react from the things of your past once you learn that it was somebody taking advantage of you. And I know I have. I went back before my uncle took his last breath. I forgave him for me. I didn't forgive him for him. I knew he was finna leave here, but I had to let him know that now that I'm old enough, I knew what you was doing was wrong. I knew you taking me behind the building when we going to the store to try to kiss me or put your hand in my clothes. I knew it was wrong. I knew you was giving me money for your instance to go to the store. The only way I can go to the store is if you give me some money and grandma and them only let you walk us to the store. You see what I'm saying? That hurts. And especially when you try to go tell your kids about what happened to you in your past so they can see if it relates to anything that happened to them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had a lot of growth. I have been able to talk about it now, whereas I couldn't do that at first.
Yeah.
So that was my healing process to be able to reach out and to talk to somebody else. Now, my other sisters, they probably would never talk about it. They probably did erase it out of their mind or whatever. But I couldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm cut from like a different cloth or whatever. But yeah. So this topic, that part came out of the book. There's plenty more other topics that I have that I'll talk about from time to time. So hopefully for those of you who are watching, you'll be able to come to my book signing in the future. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. 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 I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. That's for sure.
Big Hank had it on balled up like, yeah, what this nigga is, I'm on my way.
Wear that nigga ass out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I
hey,
appreciate you all.
hey, them excerpts you been reading, them motherfuckers is intense and on fire, man. So whoever read them books, they gonna be ready. Oh my god, like I'm ready to whoop on somebody right now. I'm
I
ready to
know
whoop on somebody.
Roy had called me and let me know that he read it. He said, when I went back and looked at it, I got even madder. Because the part that I didn't catch, I caught.
That's what's up.
But
That's
I
what's up.
know I'm glad that it put you in mindset as if you was there. Because the
Yeah,
purpose of it for you to actually feel where I was, and then it takes you back into the mindset of a child. So
yeah,
you can
man.
only imagine your child, what if? And then most people like, it ain't no what if because he'll be gone by now. Let me find out,
Mm,
that kind of thing. But it all goes back to what goes on in the house stays in the house and everything being swept under the rug. Your brother has a mental disability. You should have got him some help then. If you
right,
know he did it to you and you know you got grandchildren, you know they don't have kids, it's a generational curse.
right.
But it stopped at mine because I told him, if you ever put your
Yeah,
paws on mine
yes,
and I
sir.
find out, it's over with for you.
Yeah, you gonna pull back a nub. Yeah, pull your
When
paw over.
when he left here, he lost damn near all the parts that he used to hurt folks with.
Uh,
Them
yeah,
facts. So you
yeah.
got to be careful what you do because you do have to answer to the higher power at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I have enjoyed the show, y'all. I think I'm getting
Yeah.
good at this. I'm getting a little bit too used to it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
you
got
got this. You got this down pat. You making it look easy, man. You look. We say, look, ma. You should be saying, look, ma, no hands. I could even do this shit with no hands.
oh, y'all see, I got my little thing saying speak out. I be
I
trying to,
see you. I
so
see you.
I'm trying to, I'm a reflection of Roy right now. So you know how he'll do it. You got to
Yes,
be on
man.
point. I don't
Hey,
got
now, let's say, speak out.
mm-hmm.
Speak out. That's what's up. I like that.
Speak out
That's
and
what's up.
speak up.
That's up. That's what's up, man. That's hot.
Make some noise. Folks got to hear you.
That's what's up, man. You looking hot. You looking hot today too.
Thank you. Lala, you want to say anything before we get off here? I know you had to work and stuff.
I mean, I feel bad that you went through that, but I was raised differently. Um, just hearing you just make me want to cry.
Girl,
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
it's
I
it.
wanted, I wanted there to protect you. I don't like that.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, girl,
Yeah.
don't here do that. Don't
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
do that.
but I
Mm.
can't wait till the book come out.
Yeah. Me too. I want my copy, man. Should be my copy, man. Hurry up.
If I know the things that I know now, I'll probably be still wearing an MDOC number right about now. So,
No, we don't need that. We don't need that.
But
Good to
oh,
y'all,
see you. Hey, good to see you, Lala. Good to see you, sweetheart.
girl, glad you came on. You at work doing the thing over there.
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm
Y'all,
proud of you. And I'm going to stand behind.
y'all look like twins, man. I promise y'all look like twins. That's crazy, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
she the big sister. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
big sister.
Both y'all beautiful too, man. Both of y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I don't know what the topic's gonna be next week, y'all, because this thing got jumped off and got deep. I'm almost deep.
Yeah,
No
sure did.
pressing
Peace
on
out.
me.
Peace out.
No,
Voila.
nothing depressing.
No, it was just those two that I had to bring out. Did you go back and watch the one from Tuesday? Did you go back and watch Tuesday, Lala?
Not yet. I'm going to get it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so this our time, you guys. I thank you for tuning in, Miss Lala. And I'll be at your job in a minute.
Okay.
Covered up there. So you
Okay.
stay, wash your face, I'm coming.
Okay.
But anyway, Big Hank, I enjoyed you and thank you for coming in on today.
You know
Um
I got you, man. You know I got you. I got your back 1,000.
yeah,
Got
so I try to be a better me and I
all
try
right,
to,
man.
do what I gotta do. So I don't know what the topic gonna be next week, but I see you on Tuesday.
I'm out.
Okay. Okay, you guys, this is a wrap. This is my time. I am your girl, Miss Uniqueness. I am the co host of the one and only Roy Anthony Show. And I enjoyed you guys, and I thank you so much for tuning in. And my thought for today is when you speak out, you speak up, someone will hear you, and they're going to make some noise as well. So if everyone's making noise, can't nobody do anything to you in silence. So if you have a voice, use your voice. Don't sleep on it. And maybe we can bring this thing to an end. And like I said earlier, the generational curse could end with you. Until next time, you guys.